You think you want to be a beekeeper, but you're not sure where to start? Like, what equipment do you need? How much money is it going to cost you? Where do you begin? We're here to help. We've been keeping bees for over 9 years. We have 5 different apiaries and about 50 hives on average per year that we manage. We love to teach beekeeping classes, and we especially love to help people in the East Texas area figure out how to be the best beekeepers they can be.
So what equipment do you need? What is the essentials, just the bare bones that you need to become a beekeeper? First, you need protective equipment. And that would be your suit and your gloves. They make suits and jackets. The most important thing is you're going to need a veil. That protects your face and eyes from the bees. I personally prefer a full body ventilated suit, but they make just jackets if you just want to wear jackets with pants as a cheaper option. But I found that most people, once they do beekeeping for a while, they end up getting a full ventilated suit if they're going to be serious about it. The next thing you need is gloves. You want to protect your hands. Bee stings in the hands don't feel good. So again, it's more for comfort and being calm while you're in the bees. So you want to be fully protected. And so we recommend a full suit, ventilated, and then some type of gloves, leather gloves, either cowhide or goatskin type gloves.
Awesome. The next thing you're going to need, 2 things that we recommend. The smoker, and we talked about this with Jacob, so check out our smoker video. We'll talk about really how the smoker works in the hive, but for the most part, you need to have a smoker. You need some way to mask the pheromones that are coming into the hive and kind of confuse them. So we really like this smoker. You can see it has a cage over it, so that, because oftentimes when we're done, there's still material inside the smoker. It's still very hot, and I can speak from experience that it can burn wood. You
can also burn yourself if you were to touch
the
metal container where the fire is actually housed in. And this just gives you a little bit of protection from burns.
You can see it protects on the bottom, but then it also protects around. So we really like this one. Plus, it's a taller smoker. There are shorter ones. We like the taller one because it gives you a longer use time. You're not going to have to refill it as much if you are working in the bees and you want to take your time. You want to make sure that you're going to have enough smoke from the time you go in till you decide you're done. And so we really like this one. There's all different styles. You can find these in any beekeeping resource, but even on Amazon. I think Man Lake sells their stuff through Amazon right now, and so you can go directly through them if you want to do that, but definitely a smoker.
This is a 10-inch smoker that I use, but really a 7-inch smoker, which is a smaller size, is fine for a hobbyist beekeeper that would maybe go into up to 5 hives at a time. When you're going to spend quite a while in there, that's when you want the larger size of smoker.
Awesome.
Then for your tools, you're going to need some type of what we call hive tool. This is just a cheap, economic hive tool. They, again, have all different kinds. This is a little bit of a different style. It's completely flat, but it does have a hook for prying the frames out. Just the bees, and you can see there's propolis all over these. The bees are going to glue everything together with propolis, and so when you're going into that hive, you're going to have some way of getting in there and wedging the pieces apart. You won't be able to pull them apart with just your fingers. So
even the top, right? I mean, like,
even the top will
popping the top open without a hive tool is near impossible.
Yes, it keeps the bees calmer using a hive tool. If you're banging on it without a hive tool, you're going to aggravate the bees, and so you're definitely going to have some type of hive tool.
Which design is your favorite?
It's really personal preference. Mine is this style, just a typical like paint prior. This is my boys' favorite. They like this one better just because they like using the hook to get under the
frames.
Yep, under the frames and popping them out.
I never use this one, but I think I would like it better. That one just seems a little bit bulkier to me. But anyway, personal preference, but you will want a hive tool. And quite honestly, I recommend you get more than one because you're going to misplace it. And you pretty much have to have it. So, and the other thing I recommend is you don't get a green one because you will lay it down somewhere. But when it's blue or red, it's easier to see when you lay it down where you're not supposed to.
They come in all colors, pink, yellow, so...
Something bright, something that you're going to see when you lay it down, maybe in the grass or whatever when you're actually out working the bees. The last thing we're going to talk about is more optional. We started out using this, and personally, I like it, but Robert doesn't use it anymore. So, and this is a frame grip. The reason I like it is, you want to grab a frame? The reason I like it is you can handle the frames with one hand. So when you're not using the hive tool, the frame grip, you have to hold the frame, right, on the ends. You see the little overhang. And it's a very convenient hold, and you can hold it and you can turn the frame. But I like this because then I can turn the frame also if I want to. Now, you may not, depending on if it's a frame of honey, you don't really want to turn it upside down. But I feel like I'm more in control of the frame and that it's not going to slip with the frame grip. Again, the more experience you have, it seems like the more experienced beekeepers don't use it, but I think that when we started out we did and we felt comfortable with it.
Yes, I would say you'll like it in the beginning, and then my personal experience is after you get used to being in the bees and handling the frames, it just becomes one more thing to forget. That's why you'll find a lot of commercial or experienced beekeepers won't use it, because you just, you got to think about it. You got to carry everything out to the apiary and carry it all the way back. So it just becomes one more thing that you don't have to worry about if you leave it, and just get used to just handling frames with your hands and manipulate them with your hands.
Plus, this doesn't fit in your suit, but the suits have a nice little pocket on the leg. See that pocket? That's what this pocket is for. It literally will slide right in. So it's a lot easier to remember your hive tool. There's not a cute little pocket for the frame grip. So I agree, it's an extra piece of equipment, but in the beginning, you may feel more comfortable with it. So that's really the basics for equipment. You're gonna need a smoker, you're gonna need a hive tool, you're gonna need a suit and some gloves. Obviously the next thing you would need would be bees. And we'll talk about that in our next video. Basically what different options are and what you can expect to get when you buy your bees. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like our channel, subscribe to our channel, and like our video. And if you have any questions or there's any videos you want to see in the future, please comment below because we would love to hear from you.